Hi, everybody. It's now Tuesday evening and it's September the 10th, 2024. This is the peak of the hurricane season. This particular date, the date of September 10th, that is the climatological, I've heard that word a lot, peak of the hurricane season. So you would think after that things should start trailing off. But I think this year is going to be a little different because we had a really quick start and then we had a huge lull after Ernesto back in mid-August. There wasn't any activity for about 3 weeks. And then finally here, this going into this second week of September, we're starting to get a lot of activity, but particularly tonight, I'm going to just briefly talk about Hurricane Francine that is strengthening over the Gulf of Mexico tonight. Although it doesn't really look that terribly impressive, it can tell it's being, well, let me just get right on to it here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So you have Francine right here, and it is clearly, let me see, it's just clearly strengthened. You can see where I'm turning the cursor around, and you can see the clouds spreading out to the north and east of the center. You can clearly tell that the storm is being sheared a little bit from the southwest, or it's being pushed along and stretched. And let me just prove my point here. You got some, I don't know about that. Let me just go with, what color am I going to use? I can't, I use black. White. Here we go, white. So here it is. This is Francine, and you can already see it's kind of an oval shape. That means that there is basically an upper level low right here that's shearing it from this direction, and you have an upper level high sitting right here, or actually it's more like out here, and it's got the winds flowing around like that. And so what Francine's doing is squeezing between this high and this low. It is headed right towards the south central coast of Louisiana. And this weather map right here, this satellite shot, this is courtesy of weathernerds.org, a really cool website that I keep forgetting about, and it shows really good detail. But as you can see, it's definitely it's intensifying, but I don't think it's going to do a Michael to us, become a Cat 4 or 5 before it hits Louisiana. Could it make a run at Cat 3? Yeah, probably. Could get to maybe 110 miles an hour, 105 miles an hour before crashing in to the coast here southeast of Lafayette and south of Baton Rouge. I think inland wind damage is going to be a high possibility going towards Baton Rouge, though. The center of the core of the storm looks like it's going to pass right over the Baton Rouge area. And let me go to this forecast model, and I'll show you what I mean. Here it is. It's showing 982 millibars. You know what, though? I want to see what the storm is actually doing, though. I need to get an actual look at what the hurricane is because I'm doing this in real time. And as you can see, this is the latest advisory. Oh yeah, pressure 982 millibars, northeast at 10 miles per hour, winds only at 75 miles per hour. So nothing, not real intense, but I'm going to put this map into motion here with my cursor, just one at a time. So this is right now, and this is about 3 hours. So the pressure is dropping. Let's go again. Oh, it's dropping more now. Now this hurricane forecast model is showing a pretty tight little storm, like it's going to tighten up overnight. So that's a possibility of intensification. I'll be able to tell you here if this thing is going to hit Cat 3 by this model. 970, 969. So it's not dropping fast. 972, it actually rose there, so it's weakening already. 973, 976. Oh yeah. Yeah. It does show the storm actually passing directly over the New Orleans area, but it's weakening on landfall according to this model. Goes up into Mississippi, quickly weakens down to a depression. So it's definitely not going to be as bad as what I was thinking it was going to be yesterday. Let's look at another computer model here. Let's look at the HMON. This is another pretty good model. And let me go back out here in time here. Okay, this is Monday, and this is more of a close-up shot of it. So right here, this is already in the past. Let's go to about right here. This is more or less tonight. Yeah, 981 millibars. So keep an eye on this. This is the coast of Texas this is the coast of Texas here where my cursor is. And this is, yeah, Brownsville is right here, South Padre Island. And up here, Louisiana is going to appear. The coast of Louisiana right at the top of the screen. Now watch. Pressure's 981, 980, dropping a little bit, 971, really intensifies during the morning tomorrow. Goes through a strengthening phase, 976, 975, 970. Oh, 970 968. Now this model shows it intensifying right up until landfall. I kind of find this one more believable. I think the ventilation from the low to the northwest and the high to the southeast is going to make it strengthen right up until landfall and get down to almost a Cat 3 hurricane. I think the winds are going to be around 105 miles per hour at landfall, maybe even 115, which would make it a Cat 3. So just advancing this on forward. So let's imagine right here where this cursor is, that's Baton Rouge. Lafayette's about right here. New Orleans is right here. Hammond and Covington, Louisiana, right here. So keep that in mind. Now watch as I go into motion. So the winds are going to kick up pretty good in the New Orleans area. I would say probably in the 50 to 60 mile an hour range with gust over 75 miles an hour. That'd be for New Orleans. Now over here in Baton Rouge, probably more in the 35 to 45 mile an hour range and with gust around 60 miles an hour. So there could be wind damage all across southeast Louisiana, power outages for sure, but looks like it really depends on how much strengthening it does before landfall and if it keeps strengthening up into landfall. Um, I'm going to go ahead and go on a limb and say this is going to be a 115 mile per hour Category 3 hurricane at landfall. And if I win, I want somebody to give me a fresh chocolate cake. All right, I think that's about all I've got to share tonight. So I'm gonna go with that. We're gonna see what it's gonna do tomorrow. But definitely New Orleans, Baton Rouge are gonna get a good dose of wind and heavy rain tomorrow for sure. Hurricane force gust with mainly tropical storm force winds in most areas. So yeah, may not be the worst hurricane, but it's definitely gonna be really nasty. Anyway, hopefully I'm right. Hopefully it's not catastrophic. Hopefully it doesn't blow up into a Cat 4. We'll know by tomorrow for sure. All right. Good night, everybody.